when Nicole has her notepad out. You know you about to get some meat and potatoes. Okay, I literally stopped folding laundry because I keep forgetting to do my Monat Monday, even though I have an alarm on my phone. So we're just going to call it Monat Tuesday. Okay, so how does that work? That works great. So I wanted to go over a few things with y'all. For the girls I have on here, I will tag y'all in this. This is easier than me sending you an hour-long voice memo. My room is a mess, so just leave it alone. But put a 1 in the comments if you're catching me live and a 2 in the comments if you're catching the replay. Tag your team, okay? Here's what we're talking about, ladies. You want to be part of the 3%, okay? I hear it all the time. I want to be a part of the 3%. How do you be a part of the 3%? How do you get an income like part of the 3%? You have to be the opposite of the 97%, okay? You can't, sorry, my phone's blowing up. You can't be 97%. You can't act like 97% of the world. What that means is I know people who love their job. They love going to work Monday through Friday. They will go to work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 for the rest of their life to retire at 40% of their income, and they will work for 40 years to get to that point. And that's awesome. And there's some people who just love that and they have no desire to do anything else. They don't even want to be a better person and make the world a better place. That's just where they like. There's nothing wrong with that. So for those of you who want to be part of the 3%, I'm going to tell you how. I'm going to tell you how my mentor helped me get to that level. There's a lot that goes into this. So I'm going to try and give y'all meat and potatoes without making you feel like you're drinking from a fire hose. So first and foremost, personal development, your paycheck, your commission check, your weekly checks, whatever they are, will never surpass the amount of personal development you have done. Okay? So if on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best leader that's out there, Eric Worre, and 1 being the worst leader, literally the lady who works at McDonald's and doesn't even want to do the night shift because she wants to sleep. Okay? If there's a scale on 1 to 10, if your leadership skills and your personal development is at a 5, don't expect to be getting paid like a 10. And if you do, it's not going to last very long. Why? Because you're going to build a team that needs a strong leader, just like y'all have with Whitney. Needs a strong leader. And if you are not that, it will crumble. I have seen this over and over and over and over again. And I've wondered why. Because that leader then gets distracted, stops doing personal development, and goes on some hike in the mountains because they're now making money and they're like, all right, good luck. No. The 3% up their game and they up their game and they up their game and they up their game. They up their personal development. They up their requirements for themselves. They up the expectations. They keep upping because as their team is getting stronger, as they are developing leaders, those leaders need a stronger leader. Okay? So that's one thing. Personal development. Your income will never, ever surpass your skills as a leader or your personal development. And if it does, it's not going to last very long. So don't think that you can just be the leader. I'm not the leader that I am today. I was not a year ago. The leader I am today, I was not 2 years ago. The leader I am today, I was not 6 months ago. And so if you are looking at yourself and you're thinking, okay, how do I start to become that leader? Well, are you the same leader that you were a week ago? Okay, well then you need to change something. Are you the same leader that you were for your team a month ago? Okay, then you need to change something. You need to continue to grow as a leader. If you want to take your team up with you, that is what they need from you. Okay? Stop riding on other people's coattails. Step up and be a leader. Be an ace. Your organization will flourish because of this. Okay? So, leaders, this is a basic common knowledge about direct sales. Leaders know the way, they show the way, and they go the way. What does that mean? They know the way. They've been on that exact same path. They've dealt with the exact same questions. They've answered the exact same answers. They've had the same concerns that you've concerned. Okay. They know what you're going through. So they show the way. They also show you how to get over these obstacles. They show you what to say. They show you where to go. They show you how to obtain customers. They show you how to build a functioning, properly working, good organization. Okay. And then they go the way. What this means is that you don't have a leader who's stuck at MMP. Okay. You're not an MM calling an MMP asking how to get to the next level. Does that make sense? So I don't have people calling me. Hold on. Let me make sure I know what I'm saying here. An MM is not calling an MMP asking how to get to director. Does that make sense? Okay. So an MM is calling a director asking how to become a director. Why? Because that person has already done it. So they've gone there. They've been at the spot where you're wanting to get. And then sometimes they've gone beyond that as well. Okay. So another thing, leaders know vision. Girls, when I'm talking about vision, I'm not talking about what are you going to do in a few days? I'm not talking about what are you going to do next week, okay? You will have action steps for every single day, and as a leader, you are expected to complete those action steps. Why? Because it's what a leader would do. And if you're following a leader who's showing you the way, you trust them enough to go, okay, you've been here, I'm going to trust you, okay? So they have vision. That means, girls, a year from now, stop getting stuck in the now. Stop getting stuck in the girls who told you, no, they're not interested in this as a business. They just want to be a customer. Who cares? Move on. Go on to somebody else. Have a vision for a year down the road. Where do you want to be a year down the road? What steps are you implementing to get to that? Okay? So they have a vision. They have a plan. That is a 2-day. I'm going to be posting... I'm going to be dropping a valuable post that people are going to want to see. I'm going to make some people laugh. I'm going to do Facebook Live. I'm going to respond to everyone on my comments so that it kicks back up in the algorithm. This is a plan. This is consistency. These tiny itty bitty little baby steps where you feel like you're crawling because you're actually not even moving. You're just like on the ground like, that's what you're doing. But here's the deal. At the end of the day, if you do that for a year, if for a year you lay on a spot on the ground and you just go a tiny bit every single day, you're going to be farther a year from now than if you didn't move at all. Okay? So they implement. This means as simple as going to reach out to one person a day. I'm going to post one positive post a day. Going to add value to people one time a day. This means leaders implement it every single day. Every single day. Every single day. I'm just going to be real. Y'all want to be a leader? I'm going to tell you how to be a leader. Why? Because my mentor was real with me. I don't even know what this hair is doing right here. My mentor was real with me and said, if you want to be a leader, this is what it takes. This is what it takes to be part of the 3%. Maybe y'all changing your minds now, or maybe you're like, I can do this. Let's go. Okay? So you implement. Start acting. So here is, I'll just be honest with y'all. Let's just talk about Nicole, because who is Nicole? Where does Nicole come from? I didn't have a leader. Okay. Before I met my mentor, didn't even know where I was starting. I felt like a rabbit in a cage, just running and running and not getting anywhere. Here was the issue I had. Are y'all ready? I'm going to say it because you want to be part of the 3%, right? Okay. This is what was wrong. I had no idea what I was doing. And I had no leaders. I'm not talking like people that I didn't trust or I didn't want to reach out to. Legit, I had no leaders. I was supposed to be opening a market by myself. I had never done this before, and I had no leaders. No one who knew the way, who showed me the way, or who had gone the way. Okay? I had no leaders. Here's what I was told. And when I was told this, it was kind of like a spark. Contacted the VP of the company, and I was like, dude, I got nothing. I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing. And you know what he told me? It was kind of like a fire under my buns. He said, okay, all right. Then start acting like, oh, I just went blank on the bird. I don't remember. A falcon. No, what is it called? I don't know. He said, rise above the ashes and, oh, there's a bird. Oh, this is my head. Anyways, he said, figure it out. At the end of the day, he was like, do it. You have to figure out a way to do it, because if you do not figure out a way to do it, somebody else will. And then somebody else will be the person who has opened up your market and who is standing on stage saying how they were one of the first people and that they did something about it and that they had no leaders and they still made it happen. So do it. Figure it out. That's exactly what he told me. And so if you think that you don't have a leader, which none of you should have this problem, but if you think that you don't have a leader and you don't have somebody who's guiding you, this is where you need to make a decision. You need to put your flag in the ground and you need to decide that you will be that leader for your team so that your team never has the issues that you're having. Okay? None of y'all should have these issues, but hypothetically speaking, that was my problem. I did not have anyone to call. I did not have anyone to do presentation. I did not have anyone. It was literally, Nicole's, here's the information. You open up your marketplace, because they thought I knew what I was doing. I had no idea. by the grace of God, I got a mentor who knew what he was doing. Okay. So if you do not have a leader, what do you need to do? You need to start acting like the leader that these people need. You need to start acting like the leader that you would follow. You've heard that right. You don't know what that leader is? Then figure it out. How does that start? Maybe by reaching out to people and asking them how they got there. Like Whitney or Lindsay or Christina or any of the girls on here. Hey, Lindsay. So you don't have a leader, hypothetically speaking, which none of y'all should have this issue, but say you don't have a leader that you can follow, start becoming that leader, okay? So you want to grow your people. How do you grow your people? This means I don't know why it keeps going in and out of focus. Sorry, guys. What does it mean to grow your people? If you want to have a huge organization, you need to start raising up leaders. What does that mean? One, you're looking for leaders, but two, you're constantly giving meat and potatoes to your team on how to grow, okay? Hey, Candace, I need to meet you in person sometime, by the way. So when you're growing your people, what are you doing? You're creating leaders. What does this do for you as head honcho or head leader or whatever? One, it should start taking responsibility off of your shoulders. Sorry, guys. I don't know why the glare is so bad. Yes, I have wallpaper on my wall. So as you're growing your people, you're not only taking responsibility off your shoulders, but you're teaching, this is duplication. You're teaching those people how to be leaders. How do you do that with your leaders? You have mentorship. You give them meat and potatoes. You say, this is step for step what you should be doing, just like Whitney has done with a bunch of us. And you need to hold them accountable because they are your leaders. Here's the deal. If you want to be a part of the 3%, get used to being held accountable. Why? Because as a leader, you should at all times, you heard me. I don't like saying it because I'm a mom of 4 kids under the age of 4. I've done this while I was pregnant. I know how hard it is to say, I'm a leader, lean on me, even though I know that I feel like I'm carrying the world. You have to be that for your team. Because if you are inconsistent, your team will notice that you're inconsistent and they will not rely on you. They will then look somewhere else. I'm just being real. This might sound like you're like, this isn't meat and potatoes, Nicole. This is like poison soup is what you're giving me right now. So grow your people, add value to them, give them actual steps that they can implement. Y'all, you're on freaking Raising Arrows. Whitney's doing all of this. You can't ask everyone to lead. So say that you bring in like a bunch of MPs and then they bring in a bunch of MPs and you ask all the MPs to lead. You're like, okay, just go. Just somebody figure it out. Just somebody go. What happens? Nobody's going to do anything. Nobody is going to do anything. So this is where sorting comes in. We're going to talk about sorting. This might be a long video. Y'all are welcome. I'm giving y'all some meat and potatoes. When sorting comes in, you find an ace. So say you have a team of 10 people. Okay. 10 is a decent amount of team. You've probably already hit MMP. You've probably hit AM, whatever the next one is. Okay. So you have a team of 10 people. What is your goal? Okay. If you have a girl who's on there and she's running and she's doing what she should be doing, you then say, hey, you are a leader. I need you to start taking charge. This is what I need you to do with your team. This is duplication again. This comes to sorting. You need to sort the serious from the curious. You need to sort the stay-at-home mom who has a hobby and the stay-at-home mom who wants to eat. You need to sort the babysitter who needs the cash and is bored with life compared to the babysitter who doesn't have a running car and literally eats ramen every day. Okay, so you need to sort. As you sort, you'll find your leaders. In finding that, you're not telling all of your girls, hey, somebody figure it out, somebody lead. No, you're now putting a leader in place. So when you put that leader in place, one, you need to make sure that they know what they're doing. You can obviously train them and raise them up. But two, you also need to edify them. Edify them. If you are introducing anyone to Whitney K, the Whitney K who's about to hit director in just over a year in this company, the Whitney K who is queen of branding herself. Ladies, you need to edify her. Your team, though, and she might hate me for saying this, I'm so sorry, but though your team should feel like they can reach out to Whitney K, at the end of the day, there is a chain that they need to follow. And out of respect for what she is doing, they need to realize, hey, this is my leader. Nicole's my leader. I'm going to go to Nicole first. I should be edifying Whitney and Whitney should be edifying me. What does that do? That tells your girls, hey, you don't only have one person who's going to answer all your problems, but you have this other leader as well. You have multiple leaders that you can go through to get the job done. If they are skipping over 100 people to come to Whitney K, that is not respectful of her time. And I'm sorry, but you as a leader have not edified her enough. Because if your girls are getting responses from Whitney in under an hour, they should immediately be going, dang, thank you so much, Whitney. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. Because here's the deal. When you have an organization as large as Whitney does, you should have leaders too. So leaders, y'all should be stepping up and telling your girls, hey, come to me first. If I can't help you, then we can go to Whitney. Okay? So don't ask everyone to lead. Find your leaders and assign them, hey, this is what I need you to do with your team. This is where I need you to help them. You need to be raising leaders up, okay? So how many of you are doing personal development? I know, trust me. Every time I hear personal development, I'm like, oh, I don't have 15 minutes to sit down and read. And my mentor literally told me I started downloading audiobooks. He didn't want to, he was like, no, those don't count. Is that reading, Nicole? Candace is like, I am. My mentor was like, is that reading? I said, well, no, it's listening to somebody read. And he was like, that's not reading. Leaders sit down and read. Why? Because personal development is huge. So if you want to be part of the 3%, if you want to be, oh, sorry, Candace, you're like, delete comment. That's what he said to me. And I literally had to buy books and read them because one thing he taught me was sitting down and taking that time to read is so crucial. I listened to like 4 audiobooks a day. It was insane. But I will admit, when I listened to them, I didn't remember the majority of the things. So that's probably why he was like, Nicole. So if you want to be part of the 3%, you want to be a leader, you want to know the way, show the way, and go the way, this is where you need to start, y'all. You need to have a vision. You need to have a plan. You need to start acting like the leader if you don't feel like you have a leader, which none of you should have that problem. You need to grow your people, add value to your leaders. Call the girls out who you see as a leader. Straight up tell them, be like, I see value in you. Let's do this. I need you to start stepping up. Because if you have girls like me, y'all, I literally had so many people look over me in other companies and they were just like, meh. And then when I actually learned what I was doing, all of a sudden, I got all of this attention. I had all of these people who were trying to claim that they trained me and taught me to do how to do and helped me get where I was trying to go and all this crud. But here's what's funny. If you are somebody who you want to be part of the 3% and a leader grabs you, you should start running. You should start saying, I will go to the ends of the earth. What do I need to do in order to be there? Because I feel like a lot of y'all in here are just like me. You're a piece of coal and you're trying to to get yourself to the diamond. And the deal is you don't know what you're doing. And Whitney is giving you so much, so many meat and potatoes and so much fire hydrant, like drinking from a fire hydrant, that you should start figuring it out. Okay, y'all are getting such good training in here. I even told Whitney, I was like, I love what you're doing because your team should have no excuse except for touching the stars because of what you're giving them. So that's what I have for y'all tonight. If you want to be part of the 3%, do you know, are you ready for that? And if you are ready for that, message Whitney. Tell her, I want to be part of the 3%. What do I need to do? Here's a few simple 3 steps that you should be doing if you want to be a part of the 3% right now to show Whitney you're ready. 1, posting every single day, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram. 1 post a day. 1 post. You should already be doing this. 2, you should be doing personal development. Whether it's audio, whether it's 15 minutes or 30 minutes, you should be doing personal development every single day. Y'all, my personal development is my quiet time with Jesus. I'll just be real. And I have to squeeze that in. Okay? So then 3, the third thing that you should be doing is you should be always talking about people about your business. But you should not be doing it selfishly. You should not be like, hey, let's talk about business, but are you ready to sign up? Are you ready? Where's your debit card? It's right here. I'll get it for you. No, it's fine. You just want to be a customer, $2.99 or $3.99. $2.99? No, you just want to be, no, baby, you need to work this. No, stop. Leaders start sorting people. So start sorting people, figure out who's serious, figure out who's curious. 1 post a day in personal development every single day. Those are 3 super simple steps. If you start doing them and you do them for 90 days, they are now a habit and you should be able to do them for the rest of your life. So I feel like this video has been way too long. I'm trying to go live every week because I have so much for y'all. So I hope y'all are having an awesome night. Remember, every person you come in contact with should be added to your contact list. No questions asked. Leaders, start stepping up your game. Let's do this. Director in April. That's what we about to be. Okay? Bye, y'all. Have a good night.